only three wise men to listen to. There's only three wise men to listen to. It's the front three, no, it's the front three.
Welcome back to another episode of the Front Three's Debate Room series with myself, Big Will, Coach Dan, and of course the one and only, the prodigy himself, AJ.
Guys, before we do anything, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and of course, share to your friends. Let's go.
AJ didn't even take a breath. He just went straight to it.
El Profesional.
Coach, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Can't wait to dig in. This one now, it's a debate. You see what I mean?
I'm ready.
And so,
Let me get my boxing gloves on.
if I have to, I'll do my top button. But for now, I'll leave you open.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so
Oh, man.
for any great Premier League team, you need a great captain. And during the course of the last 20, 25 years, the Premier League has seen some very good captains. So we're going to pick our top 5 captains that have passed through the Premier League over the years. And our candidates are Alan Shearer, John Terry, Jordan Henderson, Nemanja Vidic, Patrick Vieira, Roy Keane, Steven Gerrard, Tony Adams, Vincent Kompany, and the great Wes Morgan.
Hey! So,
Should we create a top 5 first? So can
we clarify? This is the Premier League, yeah?
Premier League.
So it's got nothing to do with European competitions or nothing like that, yeah?
No.
Excellent.
So,
Great.
to clarify the clarification,
again.
it's about what they've done in the EPL.
Yes.
Nowhere else.
Great. Okay. So, Alan Shearer, cheers for coming, but you've not made the top 5. I don't think anyone has any arguments with that.
Because he didn't win anything.
Yeah, bro.
Must they win something in order to be considered?
Okay, so we look at the list that we currently have, yeah?
Yeah.
There's only 2 that have not won the Prem. Alan Shearer, as being captain, and Steven Gerrard. If we're looking at the Prem and the other skippers that are there, it's an insult.
But then could you say that they'd never had the teams to win the Premier League?
Yeah, arguably, yeah. For me personally, I take Alan Shearer out because I think with all the goals he scored, come on, man, should have won a Prem. Being skipper. You can't score that much. To this day, he's still highest scoring player ever in the
Premier League, yeah.
And so for me, it's such a shame that he didn't win the Prem because he deserves to because of his output. His output was outrageous.
Oftentimes, we associate leadership with great triumphs.
Yeah, right.
But it can happen in the opposite, innit? In the trenches, you need someone.
And this is why Steven Gerrard has a place in my heart.
Same with me as well.
So it's hard.
I think without Steven Gerrard, Liverpool would have been like
in the mud,
bottom half of the table.
Because not only was he a great footballer,
Yeah.
he had just that great drive,
That's
leadership.
it.
that if you're in the same changing room, you know,
That's it.
he takes you to the next level.
Yeah, like if you're operating at a 70, he takes you to 110.
Yeah.
You could see, he just had that.
And I suppose, you know, not to drift, but the Champions League win
Yeah.
epitomizes that, you know,
3-0 down, he
the
scores
kind of individual he was, and just
Even that FA
taking
Cup
them.
final against West Ham, that 3-3
Cramp,
game, cracking
slaps
goal.
it in 25 yards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyway, he didn't do anything in the EPL, so let's not waste a lot of time on him.
Nah. Steven Gerrard is
But he was a great captain in the Premier League.
This is the thing.
Because you can't always quantify it with, okay, they didn't win this because...
But guys, like I was saying, yeah, great leadership, yeah, the hallmarks of that is, we look at him, it's like, okay, what did they conquer? In any sphere, when you look at leadership, it's like,
They conquered more than the sum of their parts. Most years, Liverpool, whilst Gerrard was captain.
I'm talking about conquering in the sense of, did they actually cross the finish line? They didn't. In fact, he slipped at it.
Man.
This is a travesty. Shout out to Mabar. That finish was so cute, though. Oi. He slipped at it. Cheers.
I have feelings for Steven Gerrard. You guys know this as well. So
it's crazy, man. Such a deadly moment in his career, man. I think, remember we spoke to that correspondent and he was saying like how Gerrard, you know, he thought about moving out of Liverpool. He had so many thoughts. At one point he was depressed about it.
Let me tell you something. He committed a sin that the football gods didn't forgive him. Do you know why?
Oh
a few games before, do you know the words he was using?
Let's not let it slip. I remember in the huddle.
And he got a slip, bro.
Was it in the huddle
Any
against?
mistake, but he slipped.
Was it in the huddle against Fulham? I think it was. Was it Fulham when they came back to win?
I forget which game.
Yeah, I think it was. And he was like, "We won't let this slip. Let's not let." Hey, Mourinho
Loud and clear.
Mourinho came to Anfield, and what did you do? You slipped. Yeah. And it's so crazy. That day was weird, man. The whole time Mourinho covered him for so long, tried to get him at Chelsea. He basically did sign for Chelsea, then went back on it, went back to Liverpool, and this Mourinho comes to the bridge, and then you slip, and then, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But I think I agree with you, man. I think, great captains, great leaders, you attribute them to great triumphs. And so...
Yeah.
Gerrard
So then,
and
He might not be in our top 3, 5, whatever
I'll
we're
put man
deciding.
yeah.
Because I know a lot of people will see this and be like, Steve, you know what I mean?
literally.
And I'll be like, look, bro, there's not much of an argument. We all agree Stevie is Stevie. You get what I mean?
different kind.
If we have, if we put to it parameters within which we're choosing these, yeah, and great triumphs in the EPL and stuff like that, yeah, even these competitions, it was FA Cup and Champions League, so he might miss out in one of the great leaders because you've got to take them to the finish line. Like I said,
Yeah, but then if we were talking about great captains in like European club football, then of course Gerrard will be right up there.
Yes.
Because that win for Liverpool, like if you look at the history of the European Cup, that's
It doesn't happen.
Exactly. Stuff
It
like
doesn't
that
happen.
But talking about the Premier League, we're contrasting Gerrard with Jordan Henderson, who's on that list, and he of course was captain when Liverpool won the Premier League a couple of years ago. So, how do you rate Jordan Henderson's credentials?
It's hard to compare him to Gerrard because, like, Gerrard made that 504 appearances for Liverpool. That's a crazy amount of appearances. I don't know, man.
And did Henderson play with better players than Gerrard?
Yeah, of course. Of course. He has been. He forever will. That's what I'm saying. That Liverpool squad that Gerrard. Oh, come on. You're going to tell me you can compare flipping Milan Baros and them, man, to Salah. Bro, come on. And so, it's tight, man, because I'm looking at the situation right now. It's tight, bro.
I'll say this, yeah. Mm-hmm. I do have great respect for Hendo.
Yeah, man. If we were to include the Champions League as well, it's unbelievable. A guy who came to Liverpool, he was ridiculed.
Even by his own teammates. Even Fergie
did in his book.
And it's funny because, you use the word comparison. Yeah, if you're looking at comparison between those two individuals outside of their contribution to Liverpool, there's no comparison.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
But I think it's time we respect Henderson.
100%.
Because we can say whatever we want, yeah. Yes, he's played under Jurgen Klopp here. Maybe better players. Mm-hmm. Definitely better manager.
Yeah.
But he's held his own there.
Yeah.
He's held his own. And when you sort of the sort of feedback he gives to his teammates, yeah, a manager loves to have that in their team.
They say he coaches players through the game.
He doesn't do that by abdicating his own role. He's also doing his job. And he's come through a lot, you can tell, and where he finds himself now, like, we're talking about the EPL. For 30 years, or however many, even the great saviour, Gerrard couldn't do it. I won't say he did it.
Yeah.
I would say Henderson did it, but he let the team that did it.
Yeah.
That's a triumph.
Very good triumph.
They were in the wilderness for 30 years. He saw them through.
Not quite like Moses, but...
I'm screaming.
See? Okay, even if we were to use that comparison, yeah? Yes, Gerrard has the name of Moses, but Moses didn't see them through the wilderness.
Exactly.
So we're not going to put Gerrard even in the top 5.
He can have his reputation all he wants, mate.
We're not going to put Gerrard in the top 5. We've got to, man.
This might be crazy, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't remember my list as such, but I think I had Hendo at 5th. And I say that with fully my chest.
By the way, we actually recorded an episode of this a few weeks ago, and it didn't make it to.
It done the quack, quack, quack.
We're doing it today.
We're doing it today. Wes Morgan, did he just happen to be the captain of
a great team or a team that won
the Premier League? AJ.
I think it's hard to say that though, because he had to carry that team throughout the season as a captain. times where there was a bit of adversity, you know, times where, you know, everyone was talking about Leicester gonna win it, can Leicester win it? He was the one, and I could imagine he was the one in the change room. Boys, keep our feet on the ground. We go out, we work hard, and so what Leicester achieved is remarkable. And for him to be the captain to do that, we've got to give him his flowers. I probably wouldn't put him in the top 5. I'll probably put him you know,
8th or 9th, I'll
probably
say.
even 10th. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But we cannot overlook what he done in that change room with Leicester and what Leicester achieved, man. To win a Prem in this era, like with the resources that they had, unbelievable. And I think when I was reading the BBC thing, they were saying, you know, the moment he was about to lift the trophy, you know, his eyes were closed, like a magical moment. Those are moments that when you're a young kid growing up and you support your local team, and let's say it's not the big 4 or the big 6, yeah. Those are moments you dream of. Oh, like I'd love to see my team lift a trophy, like win the Prem, you know. And he was a part of that Leicester team that done that for so many Leicester fans. It's crazy, you know. So he doesn't make the top 5, but
I think it's
honourable
respectable
mention. Yeah,
by the fact that he's even in the list.
Yeah.
honourable mention for him. Man.
Yeah.
But then, do you think they would have just chosen anyone who was the captain of a team that just happened to win the Premier League?
Well, no,
If you know, last year I was very tough on Semi Ajayi and them lot.
Yeah.
If Semi Ajayi
oh, good God.
or Livermore and let West Brom to win the EPL. Yes, they would have had to put him.
He must have been done something right. Yeah.
Listen, it was Mourinho's brain, his legs. I swear.
Tony Adams, Arsenal great, of course.
Unbelievable. I think he won how many Prems did he win?
Enough to be on that list.
Yeah, he won. I think he won like what was it?
2.
I think it was it's more than that.
And you know,
2. You're right. 2.
Across the board, yeah, it's accepted he was a great leader.
Yeah,
clearly.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, for anyone that's watching. At my age, I didn't see a lot of him to put him in my top 5.
Yeah,
That's fair enough. I don't think anyone would argue. For those who did,
Same
they'll
here
put it
too.
in.
Yeah. So everything I've heard of him is of him or about him is hearsay. You know, that he was a great leader. You know that. We even say that, right? And there's the stories of sort of like how they used to come training. Like a lot of the time, they've had their sip of that good stuff. You get what I mean and stuff like that. So until
for those who don't know what the good stuff is, just DM him directly. He'll tell you.
Do that.
Hashtag Ox Coach.
So that's why he just doesn't make it for me, because I didn't see a lot of him to be like, yeah, Tony is the real deal.
I think I'd agree with you as well, man.
Definitely. Nemanja Vidic.
What a skipper! Nemanja Vidic. He won 5 Prems.
5.
Look, with Vidic, yeah, again, I wouldn't put him in my top 3 or 5. I wouldn't say.
No.
So and you guys know, when it comes to defenders, he's in my top 2 maybe.
Yeah.
So it's got nothing to do with that. He was a great player. I don't know about leadership. I don't know if it was solely because of his leadership that United, in those years, United were dominant.
And they had so many captains.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
They had leaders.
Yeah.
So many,
You see what I'm saying? There's never been a team.
I mean captains, I mean leaders.
There's never been a team that was so full of
100%,
leadership, you know, in a team.
Yeah.
And Gary Neville's not even on that list, is he?
No, he's not.
Why would he be?
Gary, he captained United through some wins, you know?
He did. Vincent Kompany.
I think Vincent has to be in our top 5. 4 Prems. He was at City when it was an absolute. Come on, and Vincent's had big moments that have led to City. The goal against United, the one against Leicester. Like this is him, guy. Man.
You know, I would put him in my top 5.
I'm the same. I have to.
What you just said, so like jog my mind back to what I said in the beginning, right? There has to be a great triumph for a leader. And I think initially I didn't have him in my top 5, but thinking on it now, you see what they were trying to build at City. If you're looking at the leaders of that empire, he has to be seen on a throne.
Yeah.
And maybe Silva to his left,
Didn't they
Aguero
unveil
to his right,
a statue of him at the Etihad?
Yeah.
and just on a little chair next to him, KDB.
Yeah.
And then Yaya Toure. There
Pep,
Oh, yeah,
Pep somewhere
yeah.
as well.
Yeah, Pep. just overshadowing maybe with his hand on his eye or something.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
he goes straight into my top 5. I can't not have a top 5.
I think it's a good shout, and I got to see a lot of him, and he
Yeah.
was a phenomenal.
100%.
And he was a leader. Like, you could hear him screaming, shouting. But of course, that's not easy. But riling players up. You know, even in the tunnels, he was speaking to players. None. Come on.
And
let's
he
do this.
he come through some difficult moments I see
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, definitely.
When he came under the partnership of Lesko and them lot, shout out to Lesko, shout out to Lesko. You know,
Jolien.
he had a lot of difficulty, you know, because he was also known that he can play in midfield.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of pressure that, maybe we
because
can
Man City
utilize
had
him and stuff like that.
Eriksen as manager, then they had Mark Hughes, and they had Mancini.
Yeah,
and then
man. And
Guardiola.
he actually got converted from centre mid into a centre back.
But he showed longevity. He outlasted all those managers. Mm-hmm. And as better managers came through, better team, he became even more established. And that tells you the quality that he had, both as a player and as a leader.
Yeah. I mean, we've discussed like top 5, top 3, but I think when it comes to the top 2, I don't think there's any debate, is there?
No chance.
Well, unless you don't say, I don't know who your top 2 is, because I might have to debate one of you two.
Patrick Vieira, Roy Keane.
No.
Here we go.
Really?
No chance.
Yo, this guy's a joker.
No, he's
This
playing
guy's
for
a
us.
joker.
I'm not playing with any of them.
Seriously?
My top 2.
Yeah.
Roy, JT.
You're a joke, man. You are a joke, man. Today you showed me your true colours. What? Bro,
I don't even have any colours on. These
are you serious? You're putting JT over Patrick Vieira?
Yes.
I have no words for you.
But let's spend some time and talk about those two then.
Yeah, let's go.
Patrick Vieira won 3 Premier Leagues with Arsenal. Of course, part of the invincible team as well. Great leader. Scored some crucial goals for Arsenal in the Premier League against
Big
Chelsea,
moments.
against Tottenham, against Liverpool. Iconic goals. Had great battles with Roy Keane, of course, on the pitch and in the tunnel as well. Phenomenal player as well. We have to say that too. So yeah, that's why Patrick Vieira will be in my top 2.
He's my top 3, if that makes you guys happy. My top 3 is Roy, JT, and Patrick. I respect Patrick.
Yeah.
Because again, I say this, yeah. While Roy was playing, like Roy is known as like the hardest guy in the EPL ever. Like people are scared of him, even by the mere mention of his name.
It's tied with Patrick.
Vieira was the only individual, yeah, that would try and upset that notion a little bit.
Vieira came
Vieira
from
was the only one that
abroad.
would,
Like, man,
Vieira was the only one that I felt like, could assemble a team to go up against him. You know what I mean? In a way, he's Captain America.
What?
Assemble a team to...
And Roy Keane.
Thanos. Listen, what's on that case, yeah? Roy Keane is a very misunderstood individual.
I love Roy Keane.
absolutely love him.
Roy and Thanos, we are misunderstood. Roy and Thanos.
Can we cut the camera? Can we cut the
We're
camera?
misunderstood. Yeah, Roy. This is why Roy wasn't a great manager, by the way. It's because the pressure that he puts on individuals, it squeezes out the good fruits from the bad fruit.
Yeah.
And the sheep from the wolves, or whatever the term is, yeah? It's because, there's some people in the changing room, they want to act like, we're about this. And they're really not. They're really not. Roy Keane will not allow that. Yeah, he weeds out the good from the bad. Exactly. And that's what I love about that. When you go into a team, yeah, and you put that much pressure, I love doing this when I'm coaching as well. It's because you want to immediately identify who's about it. When it gets really tough on the battlefield, who's about it? You see what I mean? And he demanded that. I get when you as a manager, when you oversee the whole and the whole operation, yeah, it can be a bit difficult.
Especially with
because
today's
you need
players.
to pick the players at the end. In fact, I don't know if this is true, yeah, but I was reading something on social media about, I think, Danny Higginbottom. He was saying something about how, yeah,
This guy's so funny.
one of the games at Sunderland, yeah, he came and he goes to them, basically, you guys are crap. he was saying, basically, he used the word that I don't want to use. It's like, you guys are crap, but enjoy the fact that you're crap. Go on.
Aye, Roy Keane. I
Only
love
Roy
him.
Keane
I love him.
can say that.
I
You
think
know
I
what I
read
mean?
that story as well. I think it's true, you know.
He understood, his responsibility as a captain.
Yeah.
You don't need to like me. My job is to lead you on the battlefield.
Yeah.
You don't have to like Thanos. But he's not going to forgo his destiny, guys.
I think with Roy, like you said, he was arguably the most hated player in the Prem. Even probably his teammates hated him. But the bottom line of it is they knew once they crossed that line, he would die for them, and they would die for him.
And really, that's a friend.
Yeah.
Really, he was a great friend.
And I think he was a great skipper, man. You know, I think he even took players to another level. Because every time he crossed that line, he took himself to another level.
He would demand that from you.
Yeah.
And he's a very honest individual.
Exactly.
He's a
And I
very
think
honest
you need
individual.
that, you
You
know.
can say whatever you want about him, the way he delivers it is tough. But it's the truth. Maybe your appreciation of the truth is what is really lacking, not him telling you the truth, you know?
True.
And when he's speaking, a lot of the time, if you're too reactive with the emotion side of things, you might think, oh, that might be a bit harsh. But there's a reason he's saying it. He demands a lot from people. And perhaps that's why United was so successful.
Definitely.
Because he come through, with players that were leaders themselves. You know, and you know the power of Ireland that he came from and the stories that, you hear. There was no other way of coming through apart from you being ready to die on the football pitch.
Definitely. And with that, quickly touch on then John Terry.
JT's ability to organise a defence. JT's, we're talking about leading through.
Organised defence is what you're going to bring as your case.
No, but come on.
Then let's bring back Vidic.
I mentioned that. Vidic, guys, listen.
Let's bring Tony Adams. No, I've heard he organised defences.
That was the best back four in.
And we've already established, right, that if I knew more of
Tony.
Yes, you probably get a mention.
I think Tony is very much in the mold of John Terry, or John Terry's in very much.
It seems
John
exactly
Terry
like
learned from Tony.
Exactly.
It seems exactly like it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here like a 7-year-old that tells me Pele's the best player.
Exactly. Yeah, don't be one of those kind of people. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. JT.
Man.
The modern day Tony
JT
Adams.
encapsulates what it means to be English, white, and love defending.
I can't have him as my second choice. I'm sorry.
JT.
No way on earth.
I mean, off the pitch, he gets on with his teammates' misses and. On the football
See,
pitch,
that would discredit him from being one of the greatest
on the football pitch, when
Credits in hard.
forget their lifestyle.
It
On
taints
the
them,
football
man.
pitch, which is what
Nah,
he's been paid to do.
nah.
man.
It's his
You're
lifestyle
holistic.
EPL.
It's
It's his lifestyle
holistic.
EPL.
You're a
It's
captain
holistic.
everywhere. You're a leader everywhere.
No.
When you
On
go
and off the
somewhere,
pitch,
you're a
on and
leader.
off the
Where we analyse him and evaluate him is on the football pitch. His ability to organise. Listen, that back four of let's say Ashley, him, Carvalho, Ivanovic, and the teams that he's sat through as well, and the managers, very successful individual, man.
Yeah, that's why it comes third on my
He's
list.
brilliant, and you can
same.
trust him. You can trust him to jump in front of a bullet for the football club.
Yeah, I could trust Patrick's is the same.
Patrick is good. Patrick was excellent. Like I said, I've already stated why I think he's third for me. But JT just nips it for me, man.
Well, I guess for the front three, we can safely say that Terry, Vieira, and Keane are
Top three.
Our top three.
And Gerrard comes in fourth. I've had a rethink.
Then we've got the
Company,
company and
toss up between
and Hendo, for
Henderson and Gerrard, isn't it?
for me, Hendo.
For me, Gerrard. Yeah. I think Company and Gerrard will round out my top five. So if you disagree or agree with us, make sure you hit our comment section. Follow us on all the social medias, including Twitter and also Instagram if you have any thoughts that differ to mine, AJ's, and Coach Dan. We'll be back again very shortly for another episode of The Front Three.
Three wise men will listen to. There's only three wise men will listen to. It's the front three. No, it's the front three. There's only three wise men will